If you like this video, please click on the like button. Comment with the names of the movies you would like us to cover next. Click the subscribe button and press the bell icon to get notified of our latest creations. We cover 100 movies from around the world every day. To advertise with our channel, reach out to us. Our contact information is on our channel page. Now, let's move to the plot of this movie.
Many years ago, a sawmill owner trespasses beyond the dark mountain into an enchanted forest in hopes of finding a cure for his ill infant daughter. The guardian of the forest, Lesh, gives him one drop from the tree of life, the source of the forest's power. However, the sawmill owner came back with an army of villagers, wanting the power for himself. The ensuing battle ended in chaos, and the forest dwellers, at Lesh's request, decide to close off the entrance to the forest in the present day. A virtuous nymph named Mavka wakes up in the spring along with the rest of the forest's inhabitants. Mavka's abundant kindness becomes the subject of criticism by the other nymphs, particularly Ondina, a water nymph. In a nearby village, a young musician named Lucas, driven by the need to cure his uncle Leo of an illness, enters the forest to find the source of life at the suggestion of Kylina, the apparent daughter of the late sawmill owner, who wants to use the tree's nourishing power to obtain eternal youth. When the two meet each other, Mavka attempts to scare Lucas away. But once Lucas plays his sopulka, she admires his musical talent. Having a heart feeling that Lucas isn't evil, Mavka offers to give him a cure for his uncle, with Lucas promising to play his music for her and leave after. Hush! Mavka's forest-dwelling friend reluctantly agrees to help them. Upon showing him around the forest and spending time together, feelings arise between Mavka and Lucas. Lesh summons all the inhabitants, with Lucas in disguise, to the Tree of Life. Lesh announces that a new guardian must take his place, and during the ritual, the supreme spirits of nature chose Mavka. Ondina voices her objection to this choice. Lucas attempts to speak in Mavka's defense, but upon doing so, Ondina sees through his disguise and he is immediately chased out. Mavka allows Lucas to escape and gives him a drop from the source of life to cure his uncle. But he doesn't have time to play music for her like he promised. Ondina berates her for letting him go and then warns her that he will eventually betray her. When Lucas returns, Kylina is not convinced that he came back empty-handed, so she orders her stylist, Frol, to keep an eye on him. The following day, noticing that Lucas had dropped his sopulka while escaping, Mavka, along with her kitty frog companion Swampy, decides to go to the village to return it and also attempt to make peace with the humans, altering her appearance to be human-like. Lucas invites Mavka to come to the village's spring festival, which she accepts. While there, he gifts her with a Vyshivanka dress as well as a pendant he made with a carved rune symbolizing the four elements of nature. After having fun engaging in folk dance, Lucas attempts to keep his promise to play his music for her. However, once he does so, it accidentally undoes Mavka's disguise, revealing her as a nymph to the village. Seizing the opportunity, Kylina has Lucas locked away in the mansion's basement and incites the villagers against Mavka. Mavka is then saved by Lesh, who later recounts to her the story of what happened years prior, and how he once used the spark of rage, a pyrokinetic power that was bestowed to him by the supreme spirit of fire, the one who sits in the rock. That power came at a price, the price being his immense strength. He asserts to her that the relationship between humans and the forest is a never-ending cycle of death and fire. Kylina attempts to make Lucas mark the location of the source of life on her map. When he refuses, he sees purported evidence that she has Mavka taken captive and agrees to her demands. Only to realize that Frol was in disguise as Mavka. Kylina proceeds to drown Lucas in her basement. Then rallies the villagers to raid the forest. Mavka tries to reason with Kylina by telling her the story of the sawmill owner and his daughter. However, Kylina reveals that she is not the sawmill owner's daughter, but his wife, who made him lie about having an ill daughter, further revealing that she was the mastermind responsible for the previous battle that happened years ago. In the name of her own self-serving desire of immortality and eternal beauty. Kylina then lies to Mavka by saying that Lucas sold out the Tree of Life's location and left with his reward. A battle commences between the humans and forest dwellers. Mavka, in a state of sadness and regret, summons the one who sits in the rock to bestow her with the spark of rage, promising the price of her life. This allows her to drive the villagers out. However, her consciousness and sense of empathy are taken away, and this causes the forest's inhabitants to be driven out as well. A deadly firestorm descends on the village. Hush, along with Swampy and Lucas' dog, save Lucas from drowning, and together they rush to stop Mavka from decimating the village. Realizing that Mavka cannot hear his words, Lucas plays his sopolka, inspiring the villagers and forest dwellers to sing along in an effort to wake Mavka and stop the firestorm. They succeed in doing so. But Mavka appears to be near death, and Lucas tearfully pleads for her to come back. While Mavka's soul lies in the void, she learns that Lucas never betrayed her. The one who sits in the rock states that he and the Supreme Spirits made the right choice in choosing her as guardian, for she has bridged the gap between the humans and the forest dwellers. But at the price of her life, she must remain in the void for eternity. Mavka refuses, saying that her heart is now full, causing her to wake. Mavka and Lucas share a kiss, affirming their love for one another. While the villagers and the forest inhabitants agree to end their conflict and make peace. In a post-credits scene, Kylina, after being exiled, finds the Tree of Life and bathes in its power, but is de-aged into a baby as a result.